What's going on, YouTube? Ledger here once again, this time here to talk about Honkai Star Rail. And listen, I feel like it's been a long time since I created, a good old Star Rail video. And to be honest, well, I've been distracted a little bit. I mean, I've been busy, of course, and well, I ain't gonna front. I've been playing some Woo-Wah, and Camellia has been going crazy for me. She's had my attention. But I don't make too much Woo-Wah content on here, but I plan on doing reactions for that. But that's besides the point. We have something to talk about when it comes to Star Rail. And it also has to do with the drip marketing that we just got a few minutes ago as of recording. And it's about the future of DPSs in Star Rail. 3.0 is right around the corner, guys. We are coming up to it fast. Faster you can believe. I believe the next patch is the last of the 2.x series here, and then after that is going to be 3.0. So this upcoming live stream should give us a sneak peek of 3.0, hopefully. Let's take a look at what they just showed us. Boom. The Herta. Not just Herta, but the Herta. Yes, when instead of playing with those dolls that we got, our little, Ice Air Edition dolls, we got the actual Herta, the emanator of Air Edition herself, even though I think there's more than one emanator of Air Edition. Herta is coming in 3.0. And she's probably going to be, there's no must pulls, but she's probably going to be a must pull in the way that we like to use the word must pull. For those who might be confused by that, must pull, people really say something is a must pull. There's no unit that's ever really that you must pull, all right? Must pull is just a unit that has very high value. That's all it means, right? And she's going to be that unit with very high value. She, in my opinion, this girl right here is probably going to be what Acheron was to us when she first came out. The ultimate Nihility unit, which she was kind of like an Air Edition unit for Acheron, but this is going to be an actual Air Edition unit. So she's going to be the ultimate Air Edition unit, the AoE damage dealer extraordinaire, probably someone who's going to work well with other Air Edition. Not to say that I've, looked into it at all or anything. But even if you try and look at like sussy stuff, things like that, we only have very limited information on her. We don't know numbers. We don't know anything like that. But I can say with utmost confidence that she's going to be a monstrosity, right? Now, how are we going to go about this, though? Because right now, what's been ruling the meta in Star Rail has been if you look straight at the top, the tier 0, follow up and break. All the tier 0, follow up, break, follow up, break, follow up, break. Even though with the sustains, the sustains might as well be tier 0, but that's debatable, and I'm not adamant about that. But that archetype has been ruling the meta when it comes to the latter half of 2.x version, and I think it's time for that to come to an end, right? Not saying that these characters are going to be non-meta all of a sudden. Now that Herta comes, you're going to have a clear sight of how they're going to be yesterday's news and how they're going to slowly lose steam as we go. I can say this with confidence. I really can. And I do feel that this is time for Hyper Carry to make his comeback. Now, it's also become very obvious that we're going to start moving towards the summon meta, but I don't think everybody's going to be a summon DPS, mainly because we are getting this new set that buffs elemental skill damage and ultimate damage, and that has nothing to do with summons. So, meaning that we're going to be getting units that also don't use summons. There's a good chance that Herta could be one of those characters that doesn't use a summon just yet. And might just be a hyper carry, or might introduce some other type of mechanic that we don't know of. Made you think, well, what's the point of talking about all this? Well, a while ago, I made a video talking about, the future of Star Rail and such. And I try to tell people that you need to pick whatever archetype that you like and stick to it, because this game releases a lot of 5 stars back to back consistently. Boom, boom, boom. You'll get Fei Xiao that you need to get for that you need to have for your follow-up teams. Then you'll get Lingsha, who's an upgrade and who you really want for your break teams. And then you get a Firefly rerun, and then you get who's monster and break teams and all kinds of craziness. And then all of a sudden you have a Robin rerun, and then you have Ting Yun Fu coming, and you have Acheron coming back. This game throws so many characters at you, and they're all top of the line, top-notch characters within their own category. And you can't get them all as a free-to-play, as a low spender, and sometimes you can even struggle as a whale at lower levels. And even me, I struggle. I whale from time to time, and I struggle sometimes to keep up. I love Acheron, and I just couldn't afford to get Zhao Shou for her. He had to be the one that I skipped because he just didn't have value outside of Acheron, And I wish I had him, but it is what it is, I do feel I made the right decision. And I think that people need to understand that's what they need to do when it comes to all this, because we're going to get pummeled. With 3.0's coming, we're going to get pummeled really soon and really quick. So you need to figure out which way you're going to go. Are you going to go full into the summon meta? Then when it comes to Sunday versus Ting Yun Fugue, who are you going to get? You're going to get Sunday, right? Because quite frankly, Sunday is not going to have a lot of value as of right now, because the only summon character we have is Jin Yuan. And I think Sunday's going to improve Jin Yuan, but I don't think he's going to make him meta standing with the top of the tier 0.5 with Acheron and such. I don't think he's got it.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
But hey, that's up for debate. But that's going to be more of a future investment. Do you like the idea of having these summon meta things, It's just really hard decision to make because we don't know what the other summons are going to be able to do. Are they going to be cool or is it going to be what, right? But if you really like the break teams, if you have your Firefly, if you have Rappa, break team is possibly the easiest archetype to build onto because we have a free character in Harmony MC that can be with that right there. And then you also have who's a character that's easy to get, which is Gallagher, who has very high value. So, Break has a low entry level, so maybe you might want to go that way if you're free to play, which I kind of do recommend Break the most if you are free to play. I think one of the archetypes you go for, it should be Break, but this is completely your choice. This is completely opinion based when it comes to which path you choose. I remember one time I had a commenter months and months ago on my video saying that they love follow-up. So they're making sure they have Topaz, they're making sure they get Aventurine, they're making sure they get whatever they need for follow-up, and then they're gonna have their Exodia team. And then, lo and behold, that's what happened. And I'm sure that person is there happy with their follow-up team. They probably got their Fei Xiao and they're good to go. They have their ultimate team there. So you can't pick every single archetype, right? So these archetypes have to be kind of a guideline to kind of edge you away from foam and kind of guide you into a direction where you know which path you want to go. So you're not spreading yourself too thin, trying to get, this character, this Fei Xiao is super meta, and I want to get her. Well, you're not a follow-up. You don't have your follow-up archetypes on your account, so maybe that's not the path that you go, even though she's super meta. Maybe you should make sure you have your Firefly ready to go if you have the break archetype, so on and so forth. The only thing that really makes me worry a little bit when it comes to this is the fact that we don't know how much stronger the 3.0 units are going to be than the 2.0 units, right? Because if the 2.0 units are going to look like Jing Liu in the current meta, then, that's going to be a tough one right there, But we'll see. We'll see how it goes when it comes to that. But, that's, at the end of the day, all we can do is make speculations. We're only going to be able to be sure what the future holds when we get there, right? But I did want to kind of just drop that knowledge on you real quick there, because I've been thinking about it for quite some time, and then now with Herta coming, it's really getting the gears turning a little bit. So, what do you guys plan on doing? What's your favorite archetype out of all the different archetypes? Is a follow-up, is a break, is a hyper carry? Is it something that I'm not mentioning? Do you think the summon meta seem like it might be pretty interesting? what's your favorite archetype that you like? So leave that down in the comments down below. Like the video if you like the content I'm giving you there, and also too, let me know if you're excited for Herta, if you're planning on pulling for her. Subscribe to the channel so you can get more content like this. So with that here, let you know.